Dude, we are fucking here.
We are here.
We are rolling, bro, and we got Austin in here.
What's up, dude?
What up, bro?
How you doing?
Dude, doing pretty good, bro.
Yeah.
Doing pretty good.
Yeah.
How you been?
Up and down.
Up and down?
Way up and down.
You look tired as fuck.
Yeah, it's been.
Put the lights on you now.
Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, it's been a year. It's been a fucking 2020. It's been a year, dude.
What's it been like for you?
Like it's been a lot of like forced permanent like personal growth.
Really?
A lot of forced personal growth, yeah. Yeah, like early in the year, me and a longtime girlfriend like broke up, so that like forced me to like look at myself and see how I affected the relationship. And then I moved in with a guy, and we like didn't get along very well at all, and that forced me to like look at how like I interact with people and like some of my codependencies and stuff. And then I got accepted into school, which was a good thing. And then let's see, what was the next thing that happened? And then I had to move, so I moved again for the second time this year. And then in order to just go to school, I wanted to save. So I started to work 3 jobs, working a lot. And then, so that like taught me how to really just put my head down at work. And then recently my car broke down, so now I have to figure out how to ask people for help again. But like each thing has been hard to like go through, but it's been eye-opening in a lot of ways.
And you're pretty much like a soloized like adult now.
Yeah, I'm officially an adult.
But you're like older.
Yeah, it's taking me a while. I finally am like with because my car was my dad's, and so now that I mean it's broken, so I can't drive it around. But now that like now that I don't have that anymore, that's like the last thing that my parents were helping me with. So I'm officially like on my own, which is cool.
And I didn't mean that, like I could totally see how like how I just said that could sound like an insult, but I like did not mean it like that.
Definitely
like,
not.
Literally, like you are like you're working 3 jobs,
Yeah.
you're just out here hustling, like
Yeah.
you're like you literally seem very like independent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you just you seem like a 36-year-old man just like going to work.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
You know what I mean?
Very self-sufficient. Yeah. That's what life's come to, which is nice.
How was the breakup? I never really got to hear about this, but I like saw it through like other people and like
I heard stories.
shit like that.
Yeah.
Like how did it's still a touchy subject or
No.
Okay.
So the breakup, it started when so it was like literally right when COVID started, like when all the schools shut down sports and all that stuff. It was that week. I went up. I was super stressed about losing my job and what life was gonna be like, and I wasn't fully aware of like my own personal like tendencies and like my emotions at the time. And so I lashed out against her. I said some really shitty things. And it was kind of just the last straw from all the shit I'd pulled during the beginning of the relationship. Because we had been together for almost 2 years, like a little over a year and a half, probably like a year and 3/4. And so I like, was a total fuckhead in the beginning and like wasn't fully committed to her and like other things like that. And so that put it like it was just kind of like the last straw for us. And then so like me lashing out and saying those shitty things to her or about her to her face, it just brought up all those like, oh wow, we have a lot of issues that just we never even knew about. So yeah.
Because you guys started dating at about the time period you guys got this house.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
That was fall 2018.
Mm-hmm.
About 2 years ago.
Yep. I think one of the initial times that we started hanging out together and stuff, and started the whole like relationship process was probably a month before I moved out of the place before I moved in here. So it was pretty quick. And I remember like probably like my second week or third week living here, I asked her like to be official. Yeah. So it's been yeah. So yeah, it was a wild year.
And dude, that's definitely a reason why I wanted you to come on here today. Like, because you were you lived in this house 2 years ago. Like, the lease for you started about 2 years ago. Fall 2018.
Yeah. It was like August, yeah.
And I remember that year, just in general, for a lot of people. Dude, honestly, like everybody, dude. 2018, like starting summer 2018 through
summer 2018,
that was fucking crazy.
Yeah,
there's a lot going on.
Ooh,
and then like,
buddy.
I remember you guys getting this house.
Yeah,
and then like summer just continued for like a month. Like that was the vibe.
Not even just a month. It didn't stop till like January.
Yeah, you guys went on like a 4-month run in this house.
Yeah,
and I don't blame anybody else for excuses and shit, but like I did super shitty in school.
Yeah,
but, like it's my fault. It's
right.
my fault. But
right.
like I was coming here like every night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there was a lot of shit going on.
There was.
You guys were having fucking ragers on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, I would come home to fucking ragers. There was like every time there was a concert, the after party was here. There were just parties for no goddamn reason. People would just come over just to drink and have a great time. It was, that first like 3 or 4 months of living here, I was here most of the time, and then it got really toxic. But and I wasn't here for the rest of the time. But those like few months until around December, January, are just really a blur.
It went by quick, dude.
And not just because I was intoxicated and don't remember it. Like there was just so much going on packed into like such a small time frame.
Yeah.
That it just, I don't remember I remember things that happened. I just don't remember what order they all went.
Yeah. Well, dude, there's a shout out Lauren Hansen. Actually, she said this quote, but she literally was like our group of people. It's like we're like a frat, because we also had our house and the shelter, and we were doing shit there. And then like for my other side of the friend group, it was all of you guys, and then you guys had you guys just always had people over, and you guys always had a fat squad.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
There was a lot of fucking people passing through here.
There was so many people.
This is the place I met BBZ at.
Was it really?
Yeah. I met BBZ through you guys. Here? Yeah. Wow. And then I became way better friends with Taylor through here, and and Lauren Hansen.
Yep. This is the centerpiece of where all because all three of us, me, my brother, and Sara, we all knew so many people respectively. Yeah. And then those people knew people. And then Lauren too. Lauren lived here for a while. All four of us just knew so many different kinds of people. It was wild and crazy times.
And you guys would have, you guys were having all sorts of different types of parties.
Yeah.
Dude, Sara would have play parties.
Yeah. She's... Have you ever heard the story of how I met Sara?
I think so.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
It was through Alex?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Oh, that was, yeah.
If you saw Sara right now, how would that be? Would you guys be chilling?
No, I'd probably just turn and walk the other way.
Really?
Yeah. We just have so many bad memories together. Like I wouldn't say anything. I wouldn't want to say anything. Like I wouldn't want to be rude to her or anything. It's just like, it's just best if like, there's just nothing left friendship wise, like between us, I guess you'd say. Yeah, we didn't end on good terms, so it just wouldn't be productive.
Yeah, probably not.
No.
Were you guys friends at one point? I feel like you guys were chill at one point. Like in the fall when you guys first got this
Before we
house.
moved in, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
and then we moved in with her, and then our lives interconnected because we lived together, and then she didn't like the way that like we lived.
Yeah.
And so it just kind of fell apart.
Can I bring and we can edit this part out, like we can edit anything, like none of this is live, so
Right.
we can literally edit anything out, but can I bring up can I talk about like some of these like play parties that
Yeah.
I was either like heard about or was at?
Yeah, that's fine.
There's like you guys would have fucking play parties,
Yes.
which like literally what it sounds like, the definition of it, there would be both genders here and they would just be like playing with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I literally saw people tied down to chairs getting like whipped
Yeah.
and like
Yep.
their dick sucked.
Yep.
There was some you guys just went fucking Sav mode and I like respect that a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's like a different like, I don't know. I had a great time. I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it was.
And like there's a lot of dope ass people there too.
Yeah, like it wasn't just it wasn't just like shitty people, I guess you could say. Like everybody, like it was very respectful, and we made sure of it. But yeah, it's hard to explain, you know. There's a different vibe to it. It has its own place for sure.
Not for everybody.
It's definitely not for everybody.
Sure.
100% not for everybody. Like if if you get jealous or like have self-worth issues, I guess you could say, to the point of like lashing out, it's not, because like there's a lot of sharing going on. So
Alexander was a big part of this.
he actually wasn't ever he was there at one. He was there at one of them.
He said there was like a bunch of people like watching.
Yeah,
The
last one we had here turned into kind of a disaster, because it was on the same my friend George, shout out George, my friend George facilitated it and needed a place for this to go down, for this planned play party to go down, and he had it at our house. He asked me if we could have it here because the person he was planning on, the place it was going to be, was she was like she had like a surgery or something that was going on. So yeah, it happened on a weekend where there was a birthday party at the Abarcas. There was a Renegade up on the Cuesta Ridge and our party, and none of the normal crowd came. Like none of the people that normally are involved in that scene here in SLO came. So they all went to the Abarcas house, they went to the Renegade, or they were just busy. So we had a bunch of what I can only describe as meth addicts and tweakers there. There were people that had never been to an orgy before. So there was people, so it ended up, and there was only about maybe 6, 7, or 8 of us that were actually engaging in the party side, like the play party side of it. The rest of them were just there for the party. So when the play party thing happened in the middle of the living room, there was about 12 to 16 people that were not participating and just fully clothed with drinks, just watching the festivities. And it was like, it literally felt like we were like in the middle of like the Coliseum putting on a show, and it was just the strangest thing. Yeah, it was. That's the story of that night, and it was just bad because there wasn't like a separate room for it, because like when you're being watched, when you're being watched in that kind of act anyways with just one person, it gets awkward. And so it's just like it was just it just didn't go down very well.
And Alex was there for that one.
Alex was there for that one. Yes, that was the one he was there for.
And I remember he tells this funny ass story one time, and that this had to be the one he was talking about, but he was like, yeah, like someone he like not made, but like had someone who hasn't really like done anything like this before go and like sit down on a chair, and they were getting like whipped and shit, or like or they did something.
So George brought a guy, and he had the guy tied up to the chair with his hands behind his back, and he was like whipping him and stuff. Yeah.
And Alex brought a girl with him.
Yeah, who had never been to anything like this before in her entire life, and she was so out of her zone.
She didn't kill it?
No.
She had like red hair.
Yeah, I only saw her, met her like 2 or 3, maybe 4 times. So I didn't really get to know who she was. She was really quiet and very like meek.
Okay.
No, not in a bad way. She was just quiet.
New people.
Yeah.
It's hard to meet new people.
Yeah. And so he brought her, and then, Alex, and somehow got her to participate. And she just looked kind of uncomfortable the whole time. She enjoyed it, I think. And he was checking in with her and stuff, but...
Dude, yeah. You know who else was a part of this place that I like saw frequently, like more than ever now? Is Quinn. What happened to Quinn?
Dude,
that guy like literally disappeared.
He hangs out with the Abarcas. He's part of their crew. Lauren knew him. That's how he kept coming around. And I think he just so happened to be there when you were there, because he didn't come to the house very often because Sara didn't like him. I don't remember exactly why, but
there was some beef. I remember
there was beef.
Shit.
Yeah. And so yeah, I think Lauren would invite him because he had certain things that she wanted. That's how he came around. And then he started hanging out with the Abarcas and that group of people, and he's just either been there or just completely off the radar. I've talked to him a little bit, but I haven't reconnected with him in like a meaningful way in like a while. Yeah. Like a year and a half. Wow.
Well, he used to pretty much live at the shelter. Like after your guys' thing was over.
Really?
From like when your guys' thing was over. Because I became friends with him kind of like through here.
Right.
And then your guys' thing kind of got like gnarly, super intense, like wasn't going on how it used to. And then Quinn started coming to the shelter literally like 4 nights a week from like January through like April, May. Wow. And then disappeared.
Yeah, he got a girlfriend.
Isabella. Dude, what the fuck happened to her?
Dude, I don't know. I follow her on Snapchat. I don't know. I think they broke up and then they got back together. I don't know. I'm watching stuff like on social media from them, so I have no idea what happened to them.
Dude, that's the thing. Like that group of people, like so many people have either like moved, vanished off the radar, like got like married or some shit, like, in a serious ass fucking relationship, or just like they disappeared.
We've all just chilled out in our own ways.
Like that's why 2018 in particular is so fucking gnarly. Like all those people, dude, I haven't seen any of those people in like a year and a half beyond.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. And we had this conversation when I bumped into you on the street like a month ago.
Yeah.
And then we went and you picked up some to-go food and we were talking, and we were talking about 2018 in this house, which was literally about 2 years ago from now. And then it was just like, dude, like that group of people in that time in our life period of 2018, like I look at it as like in like a beautiful way, but like that's never going to happen again.
It's never.
Nor can it ever happen. It could never happen again.
No, it was such. I think like most people from what I've heard, they have those stories of their own of like there was just this time in their life where they just completely let go and had all kinds of fun, whether it was frowned upon or not. And they just, there's these groups of people that you meet, and then like, you know, and are only there for that time frame. It's crazy. Yeah, and that group was this house was definitely part of that.
Yeah, dude, there was that, and dude, fuck, man, it's like if you go on your like your phone and just go through like the 2018 like summer through like fall, winter time, like there's so many good pictures, memories, videos, and not just at this house, but like with those people we were naming. Like,
I mean, there was SOE events.
There was SOE, bro.
SOE was once a month. There was concerts in the fall when Polly got back. Like, summer was out of this world.
That's when I feel like I first met you, was summer 2018.
Yeah.
I think I met you at B-Rad's. B-Rad came here.
In his wine outfit for Halloween. I remember that. I still have a picture of him in the wine outfit.
Oh, I haven't seen that guy in a while either.
Yeah, I haven't either. Yeah, our trip to B-Rad's place was gnarly and wild.
Remember you guys used to kick with Heidi?
Yep, Heidi, we were friends up until we moved in here. Yep, that was the summer. That was like the period of time before I moved into this house. I was hanging out with that group a lot. We went to Lightning in a Bottle together. We go to like every show together, hang out. You know, Snapchat group messages, stuff like that.
Dude, you guys had fucking this group Snapchat. It was Slomies.
Yep, it was the Slomies. Yep, that was started after Lightning in a Bottle. Because we all went to Lightning in a Bottle together in 2018, early 2018. We met this group of guys from that's not Lodi. It's up there. It's up in Lodi. It's just south of Sacramento. I just saw one of them actually this past weekend. It's crazy. But we were camped next to these guys, and we were like, yeah, we're from SLO. And then we like came up with like cool SLO jokes, and one was the Slomies, and we were the Slomies to them. That's what they called us for the weekend. So we're going back to the Slomies camp. So that stuck into the group message. Yeah.
Was one of those guys Xander Tates?
Xander?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of those guys. Mm-hmm. Dude, you know, I met him my freshman year at Morro Bay High School.
Yes,
we went to high school together.
Yes, I remember that because we went to the beach for the 4th, and he was there, and I think you were there. Did you guys see each other there?
Pirates on the 4th.
2018.
2018. I was definitely there.
Yeah. Everybody was there.
Dude, fuck, there's...
Yeah, I think you saw him, was like, what, Xander? Yeah.
Dude, was I there?
I don't remember. Maybe.
I know I was there. I had to have been there. Yeah. I was there. Yeah. I was there. Yeah, no, I was 100% there. Xander was there?
Yeah, he was there.
Fuck, I must have been fucked up, dude. I must have been so drunk.
A lot of people were. Carried my friend Bailey up the Pirates Walk, dude. She lost her flip-flops and everything. It's still a joke to this day.
Dude, do you remember like Tristan, Sierra?
Yeah, that was the group that I hung out with Heidi. That was the Slomies group.
Yeah, man. That's what happened. Like we just had to get older and like grow up and like really start focusing on life. Because like we talked about at the restaurant, like if we kept that up, we would be dead right now.
Dead. Genuinely dead. Yeah. You know, not sleeping. And I think I was working 2 jobs at the time. yeah, it was I was hardly sleeping. That fell apart when Sara and Heidi didn't get along, and I sided with Sara in that moment instead of Heidi, and then I never apologized because so it was just it was a fucked up move on my part, and I definitely have to make amends for it at some point in time if the opportunity ever arises, because I didn't handle that well because we were really, really close, because I got friends with Heidi, and then Heidi introduced me to her friends, which were Sierra, Tristan, and Josh, and then after that whole thing happened with Heidi, the group, my part to play in the group just kind of fell apart.
And then you also had a girlfriend, so it wasn't like you were like missing out on anything. You kind of just like went like full-time boyfriend mode. Yeah,
I mean, that's fair, yeah. I guess emotionally, like, lost the best friend, and at the time I was too focused on keeping going with the partying, you know. So yeah, I was numb to everything at that point in time. And then it was so much drama here at the house. So many disagreements with Sara, and there was so much chaos going on with like Lauren living here too, that like there was so much going on that it just kind of slipped my mind, you know. I just didn't get around to actually dealing with it, so I was dealing with so many other things.
Yeah. What happened after you moved out of here? You guys went the full year, right?
Just under. We took over the lease from somebody who lived here.
Oh.
We took over the lease. So they had lived here a month, and then the people that were living here broke up, so they moved. So it was like probably like a month and a half into the into the year lease.
Got it.
So we left the end of July. Because, or was it June? I think it was June actually, because of the lease started beginning of July, but we didn't live here July. We moved in the middle of August. Yeah, that's right. Yes. So we had to leave at the end of June, and then we moved in with a guy named Brock.
You and Zack?
Me, Zack, and Gwen moved in with a guy named Brock, and we were living with Dante at the time there, because Dante lived there.
Dude, he used to come here.
He came here every once in a while. Yeah, he was close with Greta, who was one of my best friends at the time as well. And yeah, he was close with Greta. So he would come and hang out. And then he was also friends with Lauren. There were so many people that would just end up here at the end of the night. Yeah, I remember him coming in just randomly sometimes, and hanging out for a little bit and then dipping. Yeah, but he would go and hang out with.
Dude, fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's a whole.
I don't think we can even like talk about that.
No, we can't.
We can't.
No,
we
can't.
literally can't.
Can't talk about that.
Oh my! Could you imagine him on a podcast? But like no filter.
Being on a podcast with no filter would be amazing.
That'd be crazy, dude.
I'd watch that 7 times.
Dude, the thing is, I don't feel like people, like, I feel like people don't actually think that exists. Like, dude, I could name probably at least 5 people right now off the top of my head that like have been very into like school most of their life. And I'm not saying this is a bad thing. They just grind fucking school. They go to universities. They grind. They're all about getting a job and getting money and like living like that lifestyle. You know what I mean? Just like get a wife one day, buy a house, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. Like them do them type shit. But like I'm saying those people, they don't have they have no idea that like people like him that you just named, that I'm probably gonna bleep out that name.
Yeah.
They have no idea people like that exist.
They don't.
Like actually like exist to that extent.
To that extreme? Oh, dude. Every time I would walk in that house, it was like something was going on. It was literally like a movie most of the time.
Yeah. some far out shit, dude. You would never think that person existed.
No, I heard from Zachary. Zack went and hung out at said house. Towards the at some point in time, I did after I'd like slowed down the partying seriously, like a lot. And he was saying that that said person was throwing an axe into their wall.
Like a hand axe.
Like a hand axe, just boom, just like in Vegas.
I could see
that's
that.
That's one of the stories.
I could see
and that's
that.
Like, okay.
That's like a tame story.
That's a tame story.
Yeah. Fuck, man. Good times.
Good times.
Good fucking times.
Good times.
Dude, we're at a completely different lifestyle right now.
Yeah.
Like completely different.
Yeah.
Like especially you.
Yeah, dude, I don't like... You know what's crazy is my whole life I was chasing like girls and hookups and stuff like that, and I'm in a place where like it's more work than it's worth, which is bizarre.
It shouldn't be.
No, it's not, but like there's more for me. Like I'm at a place now, especially after the breakup, where like, you know, I thought I was gonna have a life with her, so I was like mentally preparing myself for that. Like I was fully geared on marrying the girl, and then it naturally fell apart, which is fine. But I'm at a place now where I'm like sure, like fun fleeing stuff will happen, but like I don't know, it's just it doesn't have the same weight anymore. Like there's not like an extreme need for it. Like I'm totally chill with being alone for the rest of my life, and that's such a weird thought.
You'll meet some once you're out of the 3-job work grind and you catch up on sleep and you're able to like take care of your own body and like feel a little settled instead of like moving and having your car break down on you and having to do this and this and this, and you build like you work on your body a little bit. You're then be like you're definitely gonna meet another like dope girl.
Oh, dude,
100%. That's impossible.
I definitely 100%. And I'm at a place now where I'm kind of just waiting till I get to Prescott.
That's in Arizona.
Yeah. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours north of Phoenix. I'm moving to go to school out there. So like in January. So what is that? Like 2 months away now? 2.5. So like I'm at a place where I'm fully focused on the grind and getting out there. And you know, who knows what'll happen once I get out there? Who knows how my mental state will change? But for right now, I'm just fully focused on achieving my dreams, and it's just that's not it's not as important anymore. If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, for real.
In this period of time.
This is just a weird period of time.
So weird.
Dude. People are weird right now. Like humans. Like humans are really fucking weird right now.
Yeah.
People are so caught up in like just the government and news and social media and like self-glorifying themselves that it's like you don't like, dude, you don't really meet that like okay, 2018, like let's just keep flashing back to that.
Flashing back 2018.
I would not have just said that statement I just said, because I was meeting all sorts of dope fucking people, genuine people that weren't on their phones and weren't on the like news.
Yeah, we're all engaging in that moment.
Literally, a lot of moment people, which is amazing.
It was amazing.
Literally amazing.
Absolutely was amazing.
And then now here, it's like, dude, you say the wrong word in public and you're getting hung on a street lamp.
It's crazy.
You know what I mean?
It is, yeah.
It's like, dude, who can you trust? Who can you talk to? Who can you like have a real friendship with anymore?
Right.
That's why I fucked with 2018. And dude, we're missing so many names too.
So many names.
Like, dude, Evan used to kick with us. Dude, I used to bring his ass over here.
The only time we ever got the police called to our house, do you remember what it was for? Evan screaming down the street, blacked out, and you chasing after him.
Was that it?
That was it. That was the only police call we ever got.
That's funny.
So they were like, yeah, we heard somebody screaming. It's like, yeah, it was was like, I thought I didn't know at the time, and then you came back. I was like, dude, I chased Evan all the way down to the train tracks.
I remember that night.
Yeah.
Good times, bro. Good times. Dude, I saw Steph and her boyfriend.
Steph and Tyler?
On Sunday.
Yeah, Tyler lives like right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is wild.
Because I saw Steph here sometimes.
Yeah, Steph would come and hang out with Tristan and Sierra. Yeah. Yeah, she was a part of that group. Yeah.
Crazy, dude. Crazy. What are they all? I kind of want to, I'd be down to have a few of them come on the podcast.
I don't talk to them at all anymore.
No?
No.
Who do you kick with right now?
Myself.
Just yourself?
Myself. Yeah, and program people. That's about it.
Because you're in school right now?
No, in AA.
Oh.
In AA people.
You went to AA?
Yeah, dude. I have almost 15 months sober.
What made you go into AA?
So, I stopped partying every single day to like try to get my work schedule focused, and then I would still party on the weekends, and I would come in hungover from work and not be able to do my job. I almost got fired, and so then I stopped partying on the weekends, and I would do it that was like beginning of 2018. What are we in 2020? We're at the end of 2020. So yeah, so the beginning of 2019, I stopped like partying like full time, if that, well, like all the time, and that's really when I think like I dropped off the map. Was the beginning of 2019, because I stopped hanging out with you and with Alex, and just kind of was like, and then something really shitty family-wise happened later in the year, and then I started like drinking to numb that, and that's when I was like, I have to stop, because if I don't, I'm gonna get myself in trouble. It's gonna affect my future, and like this is where it really starts going downhill. So I was like, this is the point at which I need to stop. And my brother was in AA at the time, and I was like, I need to go to a meeting, and even though I didn't want to go, I was like, it's my only option. So yeah.
Has AA helped? What even is AA?
AA is simply a group of people getting together, and we work through a program called the 12 Steps, and through the process of doing those 12 steps, each one is a different thing, each one has a different purpose, but through the process of doing the 12 steps, you learn how emotionally unsober you are. So there's like so you're like, so you know how some people like when they stop drinking they can go even crazier?
Yeah.
Like they become even shittier people?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's being dry in our terms, in the way that me and my friends and the people I talk to, that's how I describe it, as being dry. And what the 12 steps do is they, through each process, all 12 processes, they help you heal, and remind yourself of like, because when you first get sober, all you can think about is not drinking, for example, or not doing the thing that you came to program to begin with. You know, that's all you can think about is like, I'm not going to touch that. I'm not going to touch that beer. I'm not going to, touch that substance, or I'm going to eat, or I'm going to slow down my eating, or whatever you have the issue with. That's all you focus on. And what can happen is over time you can forget the bottom that you hit before you came in. And then life is hard because for me, substances like, numbed me for so long that I didn't realize how to handle emotional situations properly, or just or life in general, because I was running from it for so long. And so being sober isn't just about not using. It's about like done right, because people do it the other way, but done right, it's really about learning how to be functional again, and learning how to feel your own emotions, and learning about how to interact with people properly and things like that. And the longer, what it really comes down to is the length of sobriety isn't really a big deal. It's how many big upturns you've had in your life and how you've dealt with them. Like if you've had a lot of like drama go on, or like maybe like a father died, or and then you're sober in that instance, there's a choice you have, whether it's like work through the feelings or drink again. And the more that you choose to work through the feelings, the more the better like you become in a way. So it's hard to explain, but that's the best that I can do to explain that one.
What made you want to go into AA?
I was raised in that kind of mindset. My mom was in Al-Anon in her early life, which Al-Anon is for the family affected by the actions of addicts and alcoholics.
Okay.
Because their selfishness can have effects on people, and that's where like codependency comes from. That's where enabling comes from. Like that's where you deal with those issues, how you interact with people who you are worried about that are under the influence. And so she was in Al-Anon in her early life, and then she went through a program of her own, and then so she had been through and worked the 12 steps a few times, and so we were raised with that kind of mindset of like, be honest, feel your feelings, deal with your stuff, deal with your shit, and like really try to be the best person you can, you know? And there's a lot more nuance to that and a lot more description to that, but that's pretty much what it came down to. And so I knew that it could help, and I knew the potential of it, and I knew it had helped my brother, because for the last 6 to 8 months of living here in this house, my brother was sober.
Really?
Yeah. And in program. So, yeah.
So you saw it helping him.
And I saw it helping him. I saw it help my mom, and I knew it would help. I hoped it would help me. So.
Is there so you're like happy you went through it? Is there like a end date or anything like that?
The end date's when you die.
Really?
I will forever because if I ever stop reminding myself of how bad it was, I'll forget it, and I'll be like, it's fine, and then eventually I'll throw everything away again just to keep drinking. Or
would you ever drink again?
No, I can't.
Never?
Never again. Because 1 leads to 2, and 2 leads to 3, and 3 leads to being fucked up, and then I can't stop. Because then I have a hangover the next day, and then in order to get rid of the hangover, you gotta drink in the morning. That's what it leads to.
Dude, that's dope. You're you're about to like leave SLO and then go to Arizona.
Yeah.
Like what do you think that's gonna be like that? Like that's literally a whole new chapter.
No, not just that, I've never lived outside of California before.
Okay.
That is the farthest away from my childhood home that I will ever be. Not like permanently, but live. That's the farthest so far that I've lived,
Yeah.
Me and my brother and sister are gonna live out here, and so we're all just kind of splitting up and doing our own thing.
That's me, a completely different vibe, huh? Arizona life. You're then meet new people out there, be doing your completely own thing.
Yeah, I have some friends. When I first moved over here, I met a group of guys, and one of them is actually going to the school I'm going to right now. He's graduating in the spring, so I'll have him as a friend for a little bit.
Damn.
Yeah.
Or do you have like a house, roommates?
No, I'll be living in the dorms, so whatever roommate they assign me with, I'll live with them.
Is it like a normal like 4-year university?
Yeah, it's like Cal Poly. It's like a full-on 4-year, so I'll have a bachelor's by the end of it. It's
in pilot shit.
Mm-hmm. Pilot license. Yeah. So for the podcast, I'm going to Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University in January. I'm going to be majoring in aeronautical science. So what that means is pretty much I get a bachelor's in learning how to fly. It's pretty much the basics of it. So part of the studying process is doing the actual hours in the plane, and then part of it's doing all the groundwork. And then part of it's just taking normal GE classes. So,
dude, you look like a fucking pilot.
Thanks.
You really do.
Yeah.
You work you were at some point working at the SLO airport, right?
I still am. Yep. I work for ACI Jet out of SBP here in SLO. Yeah, so I work as a ground agent for them. I fuel the planes, help them park and move them around. So
how does that go?
It's fun. It's a lot of fun. I've met a lot of really cool people through that process. I've learned more about the industry in detail working with private traffic instead of commercial. So I worked for American Airlines for a little bit before ACI. Yeah, I absolutely love it because everybody there either wants to be a pilot or is like working towards like getting a security clearance of some kind, and like it looks good to have like the security check from that badge that you have, because the airport's secure, so you have like a badge and stuff. So so it looks good to have like a longevity of like a security clearance of some kind.
What do you even do at the airport? Like, what is your job?
Like, so technically I can't talk about details because it's sensitive security information.
Okay.
Because there's always the threat of terrorism. So you don't want people to know how you operate.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So I can't talk about details, but pretty much what I do is I fuel airplanes. We have like these little tugs and like carts and stuff. We like rearrange where they are in the airport. Like we move them around. We help park the private traffic that comes in. That's pretty much all I do. I just do different things of that like all day long.
Is it a big airport?
No. Yes and no. There's a lot of small traffic that comes in and out because there's a lot of money here and a lot of wine here. A lot of people come. Yeah, like, I mean, the Central Coast is a gorgeous spot.
It is, dude.
So a lot of people have houses out here. Cambria. I don't know which one's right, but Cambria and Morbay and ranch houses down in AG, or this is a place to come like relax and chill.
Central Coast really is a sick spot.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately it's getting populated.
Everybody realizes that it is a sick spot, so people are starting to flock, So yeah. So there's a lot of like private traffic that comes in and out. So
would you ever come back to SLO and like buy a house here one day? Like SLO County, not necessarily SLO City, but like SLO County. One
day, possibly, after I have some time away. I'm ready for something new for a while.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that at some point in time I'll fly back into here for some reason. And when I do, it'll be fun, but I probably, I don't know. Possibly have a retirement home here, but I don't know. I might just buy some acreage in like a random foreign place and live there. I don't know. Be fun.
Dude, we're gonna miss you when you leave, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like you were definitely like an impact on like quite a few people's lives.
Yeah, I mean, it is weird to even comprehend that it's still hard to believe that I'm leaving, because this is like, I mean, moving here was the first time that I really wanted to make a name for myself, and not like a name for myself in infamy, but like I wanted to. This is the first place that like I figured out who I was as an adult, and so I know so many people here through interactions or happenstance, and it's weird to think that I'm moving to a new place where I know no one again, you know. So, but it'll be cool.
I think it'll be good, dude. Well, if I ever pass through, I'll definitely bang your line.
Definitely, I'll take you up in an old Cessna and fly around, see the Grand Canyon or something.
Dude, wait, does the Grand Canyon pass through Arizona?
I think so. I don't know the geography of it, but I think it's pretty close. Through Prescott, yeah. I think it's in the. I don't fucking know where it is. I don't want to make a guess and like be totally wrong.
I said earlier I was fucked up geographically.
Yeah, so am I. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
All right, dude. You want to call it a wrap so you can get to your meeting?
Yeah, I'm done.
What time is it?
8:06.
Anything else you want to say? Like last topic, if you had to bring something up, if you want to bring anything up.
I think we covered all the bases, I'm not gonna lie.
Alright, dude. You guys heard it through Austin himself. Thank you for coming on, man.
You're very welcome.
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
I'll hit you up, we'll edit this shit.
Cool.
Yeah. Hope we didn't say anything too bad.
No.